Laging tulog mo lang. Ha? Bigada? Wala ka naman. Bigada? Ay, gano'n yan. Ay, gano'n. Mainit po dyan.
Live stream live stream. Pero ano agad na kanyan?
Sound check. This mic 1 2. This is a test podcast. Sound check. Sound check. This mic. Yan, kuya. Okay na po ba? Sound. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Reyna de las Flores 2025. So, in a few minutes, we'll be seeing our beautiful Reyna de las Flores Agalas. And of course, at the meantime, we're actually witnessing and seeing the AUF marching band. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, later on we'll be seeing the Sagala of participating barangays. And at this time, we have our performers, the marching band. And in a bit, I will be introducing our dear Sagala of each participating barangay. Kung napapansin nyo po, ang first Sagala natin, unti-unti na po nating nasisilayan. And of course, we're live at a city information Angeles City. Ayan. Ayan. And of course, I would just like to remind all the guests and our dear punong barangays, yung mga andito na po, you can actually occupy your respected seats. And then sa mga ibang guests po natin, if you could actually give the center aisle para po sa mga sagalas natin maya-maya. Salamat! And of course, as mentioned po kanina, are there sa gala of each participating barangays? So isa-isahin po natin. I'm gonna be introducing them one by one. And again, to all Kapampangan, and syempre welcome po kayong Ciudad ng Angeles City. And we are here at the Heritage District Village of Angeles City po. And this is Reyna Delos Flores 2025. Of course, for the first Sagala is from Barangay Agapito del Rosario. We have the gown designer, Mr. Rich Sabinian, and the art designer, Kenneth Julian. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sophia Nicole J. Palo.
Halina! Halina! Halina!
Again and again, our first Sagala is from Barangay Agapito del Rosario. The gown designer is Rich Sabinian, and the art designer is Kenneth Julian. So ladies and gentlemen, we have Sagala, Sophia Nicole J. Palo. So let me just remind all the guests, iwasan po natin yung paglakad sa gitna ng aisle. It's because that aisle is actually allotted for the Sagalas. Maraming salamat po. And again, you can actually invite your friends to come over and watch live at the City Information of Angeles City FB page para ma-witness nyo po ang ating napakagandang okasyon ng Reyna de las Flores. Ayan na po, nakikita na po natin si Sagala Sofia from Barangay Agapito del Rosario. And of course, we also have our next Sagala. The next Sagala is from Barangay Amsik. Gown designer is Ira Klein Kawasaki. Art designer is Albert Marcelo Garcia. Please welcome Sagala Valerie L. Gutay. And of course, as you can see walking at the center aisle, I would like to move on to the next Sagala. Our next Sagala is from Barangay Anunas. The gown designer is Cano Francisco. The art designer is Elton E.J. Ramos. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, from Barangay Anunas, we have Sagala Misaki S. Takeshi. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, moving on to the fourth Sagala from Barangay Balibago. Gown designer is Rich Sabinian. Art designer is Kevin Kayanan. Please welcome Sagala Eliza Marie M. Kuyugan. And of course, moving on to the fifth Sagala is from Barangay Kapaya. Gown designer is Jamer Ferrer Louis, and the art designer is Kayanakan Kapaya. Please welcome Sagala Sarilyn R. Pineda. And moving on to the next Sagala is from Barangay Claro M. Recto. Gown designer is Marites Quindara David, and art designer is Reyna Sanchez. Please welcome Sagala Kim Christian T. Ison. And next in line is from Barangay Kuwayan. Gown designer is Rich Sabinian. Art designer is Rhea Choi Maglalang. Please welcome from Barangay Kuwayan, we have Sagala Angelica L. Alipin. And moving on to the next Sagala is from Barangay Kutkut. Gown designer is Carl John Miranda, and art designer is CM Flowers and Events. Please welcome Sagala Cristina Cassandra S. Mendoza. And moving on to the next Sagala is from Barangay Kutud. Gown designer is Carl John Miranda. Art designer is Yoki Dungka and Sonny Masbang. Please welcome Sagala Trisha Nicole S. David. Moving on to the next gala is from Barangay Lourdes Northwest. Gala designer is Carl John Miranda. Art designer is Vine Salas. Please welcome sa gala Carla Keys S. Canlas. Moving on to the next gala is from Barangay Lourdes Sur. Gown designer is Bernard Brian Henson. Art designer is Antonio Borja. Ladies and gentlemen, sa gala Princess Catherine Q. de Guzman. And of course, reminding all the other guests, bigyan po nating espasyo yung mga sagala natin from participating barangays. Iwasan po natin yung pagdaan sa may center aisle dahil doon po sila dadaan. Maraming salamat po. And of course, we would also like to acknowledge the Bonson Band. And moving on to our next gala is from Barangay Lourdes Sur East. Gown designer is Aris Garcia Eusebio. Art designer is Verano Conese of VSC Event Styling. Please welcome sa gala Precious Nicole M. Reyes. Again and again, reminding po yung mga bisita natin, iwasan po natin ang paglalakad sa center aisle natin. Oo, para po sa ating mga sagala. Ayan, maraming salamat. And of course, moving on to our next gala is from Barangay Malabanias. The gown designer is Rich Sabinian, and the art designer is Eldrin Pangilinan and Heaven Shane Nepomuceno. Please welcome sa gala, Shina Joy T. Ledris. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, moving on to Barangay Margot, the gown designer is Jamer Ferrer Louis. The art designer is Shine Areras and Carla Limio. Please welcome sa gala Trina Sandrine G. Bakay. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we now move on to Barangay Mining. Gown designer is Christopher Eggman, and art designer is Patrick Dave Cabanada. Please welcome Barangay Mining. We have Sagala L. Chante T. Mendoza. And moving on to the next barangay, from Barangay Ninoy Aquino. Gown designer is Jamer Ferrer Louis. The art designer is Magbalawe Marisol Youth Organizer. Please welcome from Barangay Ninoy Aquino, Sagala Bailey May D. Walsh. And of course, moving on to the next gala is from Barangay Pampang. Gown designer is Rich Sabinian. Art designer is from the LGBTQIA family and Pampang. Please welcome Sagala Zairafe F. Kamaya. And moving on to the next barangay is from Barangay Pandan. Gown designer is Cholo Ayuyaw. Art designer is Pandan High School. Please welcome Sagala Aliana Francesca H. San Pedro. And moving on to the next gala is from Barangay Pulong Kakutod. Gown designer is Tito Vilma, and art designer is Bam Ruiz. Please welcome Sagala Marilyn P. Lobo. And of course, moving on to the next gala is from Barangay Pulong Maragul. Gown designer is Christopher Egne. Art designer is Robert Ancheta and Angie Moore Abana. Please welcome from Barangay Pulong Maragul, Sagala Mary Elizabeth D. De La Rosa. Moving on with the next gala is from Barangay Salapungan. Gown designer is Richard Strands. Art designer is Verano Conese of VSC Event Styling. Please welcome Sagala Kim Dorcas M. Salunga. Moving on to our next gala is from Barangay San Jose. Gown designer is Carl John Miranda. Art designer is Leo Lagura. Please welcome sa gala Crystal E. Francisco. And of course, moving on to the next gala is from Barangay Sapalibutad. Gown designer is Carl John Miranda. Art designer is Bernard Deluso. Please welcome Barangay Sapalibutad Isagala Francine Luis O. Pabustan. And moving on to the next gala is from Barangay Sapang Bato. Gown designer is Iwamoto. Art designer is Iwamoto. Please welcome from Barangay Sapang Bato sa gala Camille I. Dayrit. And moving on to the next gala is from Barangay Santa Teresita. Gown designer is Ira Clank Kawasaki. Art designer is Kagawad Angel Chaneco and Danilon Poiti Teras. Please welcome Barangay Santa Teresita. We have sa gala Minerva O. Guevara. Moving on to our next gala is from Barangay Santa Trinidad. Gown designer is Rocky Alfaro. Art designer is Rocky Alfaro. Please welcome Barangay Santa Trinidad sa gala Angela G. Menor. And of course, moving on to Barangay Santo Cristo. Gown designer is Richard Strands. Art designer is Mauro Boyet Dicelarico. Please welcome Barangay Santo Cristo Isagala Ana Francesca F. Dakis. Moving on to the next gala is from Barangay Santo Domingo. Gown designer is Khalid Ra. Art designer is John Magat. Please welcome from Barangay Santo Domingo, we have sa gala Winston Kate D. Chine. Moving on to our next gala is from Barangay Santo Rosario. Gown designer is Richard Strands and as well the art designer. Please welcome from Barangay Santo Rosario, we have sa gala Athena Kate D. Antonio. moving on with our next sagala. Our next sagala is from Barangay Berhen de los Remedios. Gown designer is Richard Strands. Art designer is Jerson Tanglao. Please welcome from Barangay de los Remedios, Sagala Ashley Dayan T. Knop. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, to complete our beautiful Sagalas, I would like to welcome the Mutianing Angeles 2024. Gown designer is Frederick Policarpio. Art designer is Joni Pangilinan. Please welcome Sagala Allison A. Hetland. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Our beautiful Sagala from different participating barangays. And of course, I would also like to give acknowledgement to the ACDRRMO team. Thank you so much. Konting reminders lamang po, iwasan po natin ang pagdaan sa center aisle natin. And then of course, to all our other guests, ayan po, alalay lamang po and always watch on your belongings. Ayan, so we're actually live on the city information of Angeles City FB page. If you would like to share it to your friends, or you can actually chat your friends or text your friends to come and join us here at Heritage District. So ladies and gentlemen, may I just invite everyone, lahat po tayo tumayo so we could actually have our invocation. Maraming salamat po.
Let us bow our heads, place ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Our Heavenly Father, we come before you today with humble hearts and with gratefulness for all the wonders and blessings you have showered upon us. Heavenly Father, we thank you for gathering all of us today in this important event. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to be in this momentous event. May you bestow your guidance and blessings on this event so that we can enjoy and appreciate the significance in our lives. Bless everyone present today that each may be able to share what he or she has for your glory and honor. Truly, discipline, perseverance, and determination to excel are instilled in us abundantly. This is not about ranking oneself among bests, but this is about the humble heart of a person who is able to see how blessed he is despite the odds and difficulties along the way. Lord, we acknowledge that everything comes from you, the God who orchestrates every second of our lives so perfectly. Because of his great love for us, all the praises and awards that we will receive today are meant to be given back to you. It is because of your grace and your guidance that we have come this far. Whatever is set before us, we give all the glory back to you. May this event be a success through your intervention. We ask all of this in Jesus' name. Amen.
So, pwede na pong maupo ang lahat ng ating mga bisita. Ayan, unang-una po, malakas na palakpakan muna. Palakpakan muna po tayo. Ayan, thank you so much. So, welcome to Reyna Delos Flores 2025. This is actually our yearly event po natin. At maraming salamat. Today, we actually have a good weather. Though, alam naman po natin it's summertime and medyo mainit. Pero maraming salamat pa rin po at andito pa rin po kayo para samahan kami sa napakagandang okasyon. And at this point, my name is DJ Tinamuran and I will be your MC for the whole event. Yes. And of course, just to give you a little background about Reyna Delos Flores, it is actually also called the Queen of Flowers. It is the city's way of paying homage to the Flores de Mayo festival held in different parts of the country during the month of May. The said festival is actually a tribute to the Virgin Mary who gives rain when farmers ask for it. It is also the celebration which represents the farmers' unwavering gratitude. Sabi po nila sa mga storya, it makes a barley's flowers bloom and grow new crops. So this tradition po was introduced by the Spanish and friars in the mid-1800s. Ayan. So ngayon pa lamang po, syempre, congratulate ko na yung mga sagalas natin and yung mga, of course, the art designers and gown designers who are all very awesome and amazing. At sa pagkakataon pong ito, nais ko pong i-acknowledge yung mga guests natin. And sana palakpakan naman po yung mga guests natin para at least mas masaya po ang ating programa sa araw na ito. Uunahin ko na po for the acknowledgement of our dear guests. Please welcome the Regional Director for the Department of Tourism Region 3, Dr. Richard Delos. It's so nice to see you again, sir. Ayan, maraming salamat po as always for the support. And moving on, for our city councilors, palakpakan po natin the Honorable Marino Niknok Banyola. And moving on to the Honorable Danilo Naku, President of Liga ng mga Barangay and the Barangay Captain of Santa Trinidad. Ba't nawawala po ang mga palakpakan natin? Maraming salamat. And of course, I also have the President of the SK Federation, the Honorable Richard Gaza. Thank you so much. And I would also like to give really a big acknowledgement to all the committees of the Reyna Delos Flores. Ito po yung mga working committee na ilang months na rin talaga na diretso ang pagpapagod. Actually, wala po silang mga tulog. Wala kahapon, andito sila. Uunahin ko na po. Hindi ko pa siya nakita ngayon, pero I believe hopefully she's here. How can we forget our ASEC DOTR, Boss ICC Calaguas? Palakpakan po natin. And of course, the Executive Assistant 4, we have Ms. Reyna C. Manuel. And yung pinakapunong abala po ng event na ito, our dear OIC of Angeles City Tourism Office, Ms. Anlin Sugi. Ay, hindi po ng aking yung durot-durot. Ang lakad na panto ng tayangan po. Ayan. And of course, we also have the head of the Angeles City Economic Development and Investment Promotions Office, Ms. Irish Biliego. And also, the OIC of the Gender and Development Office, Ms. Mina Cabiles. And then we have the Command Center Information Technology Division Office Head, Mr. Michael Lissing. And then the head of the ACDRRMO, Mr. Rudy Simeon. And we also have the head of ACTO and EMS, Mr. Francis Pangilinan. And of course, I would also like to acknowledge Mr. Romel Gina and team. At syempre po yung mga PNP natin na sinisigurado po na safe po ang ating paligid at lahat po ng mga bisita natin. I would also like to acknowledge our department heads and head of offices, the City Auditor of COA, Ms. Amelita L. Inovero, and then our City Health Officer, Dr. Verona Guevara. And then we also have Ms. Helena Iro, the officer in charge of CEO, and definitely, last but not the least, the City Accountant, Ms. Dilibeth Enriquez. At yung mga walang sawa pong sumusuporta natin ng mga punong barangay, ayan, palakpakan po natin sila. Isa-isahin ko po sila. Ayan po, from Barangay Agapito del Rosario, punong Barangay Maro Emalyari and Barangay Council and SK. Palakpakan talo po, no, kalinya po. Talakad na mo po bang at least ma-acknowledge na mo pong mayap? And then we have from Barangay Amsik, we have Pulong Barangay Jerome Costales and Barangay Council and SK. Para maringila po yata, ila po yata bisan talakad. May pagala po yatang maglakad, kaya bilo rin sa gala. But anyway, let me move on to the other Punong Barangay. From Barangay Anunas, Punong Barangay Augusto I. Flores and Barangay Council and SK. And moving on to the next is from Barangay Balibago, Punong Barangay Joseph G. Ponce and Barangay Council and SK. And let me move on to the next. From Barangay Kapaya, Punong Barangay Rafael G. Bondok and Barangay Council and SK. And then we also have Barangay Claro M. Recto, Punong Barangay Alexander S. de Guzman and Barangay Council and SK. Ayan, nala ko pong akakit tatalakad. Ako tuloy balo kung though I can see the other Punong Barangays up front. But moving on to Barangay Quayan, Punong Barangay Ulysses S. Lumanlan and Barangay Council and SK. And then moving on to Barangay Kutkut, Punong Barangay Juanito de Reed and Barangay Council and SK. And moving on to Barangay Kutut, Punong Barangay Jesusito A. Mazmang and Barangay Council and SK. And moving on to Barangay Lourdes Northwest, Punong Barangay Nicanor A. Soriano and Barangay Council and SK. Ay, dakala, salamat po, Kap! Palakpangan tala po, ayan. And from Barangay Lourdes Sur, Punong Barangay Bernardo de Reed and Barangay Council and SK. And from Barangay Lourdes Sur is Punong Barangay Alfredo S. Bolaon and Barangay Council and SK. Ayan po. And then moving on to Barangay Malabanias, Punong Barangay Luz A. Nava and Barangay Council and SK. Ayan. And of course, moving on to Barangay Margot, Punong Barangay Dominador A. Lissing Jr. and Barangay Council and SK. And moving on to Barangay Mining, Punong Barangay Lester Z. Hernandez and Barangay Council and SK. Thank you. And of course, from Barangay Ninoy Aquino, Punong Barangay John Terry O. Halili, and of course, my Barangay Captain and Barangay Council and SK. At sukay pala. Ayan po. And of course, moving on to Barangay Pampang, punong Barangay Carlos C. de la Cruz and Barangay Council and SK. And then moving on to Barangay Pandan, punong Barangay Maria Corazon de Alejandro and Barangay Council and SK. Ayan, Kapitana Course. Ayan. And moving on to our next one is from Pulong Kakutut, punong Barangay Francisco and Cura and Barangay Council and SK. And then moving on to Barangay Pulong Maragul, punong Barangay Edgar B. Avalon and Barangay Council and SK. From Barangay Salapungan, we have punong Barangay Reynaldo B. Malik and Barangay Council and SK. And then moving on to the next is from Barangay San Jose, punong Barangay Harry P. Castro and Barangay Council and SK. At suya palaking karapi kap, pantulang kepa mo bunot. And from Barangay Sapalibutan, we have punong Barangay Cristina V. Pineda and Barangay Council and SK. And then from Barangay Sapang Bato, punong Barangay Mario M. Manyalong and Barangay Council and SK. From Barangay Santa Teresita, we have punong Barangay Joel T. Sanchez and Barangay Council NSK. From Barangay Santa Cristo, punong Barangay Lourdes S. Manansala and Barangay Council NSK. Moving on to Barangay Santo Domingo, punong Barangay Maria Marcia B. Arceo and Barangay Council NSK. And moving on to Barangay Santo Rosario, punong Barangay Renato C. Cosme and Barangay Council NSK. And of course, from Barangay Tabon, we have punong Barangay Angel G. Cordero and Barangay Council NSK. Ayan. So nice to see you rin po. Isa rin po sa mga kapitan ko yan. And moving on to Barangay Virgen de los Remedios, punong Barangay Ronald S. Yanson and Barangay Council NSK. And then, of course, next in line, maraming salamat sa mga punong barangays natin, sa mga barangay council and SK. I also would like to acknowledge po yung mga performers natin. We have the AUF Marching Band, we have the Bonson Band, we have CCA Sayaw, Ahangileño Dance Troupe, and of course, other guests, our beautiful Mutyaning Angeles 2024, Miss Alison Hetland. Maraming salamat po. And at this point, alam ko everyone is just so excited. Every year po, lagi tayong excited kung sino ang mananalo, ano po ba ang basis ng mga judges natin to get the Reyna de las Flores for this year. So to our dear Sagalas, to all our makeup artists, designers, gown designers, let me just share to everyone po ang criteria for judging natin, so that you'll be able to know kung paano po dinicide ng ating mga Board of Judges later on. Definitely. So let me share to you our criteria for judging. So first is beauty is 40%. Ito po yung facial beauty, body proportion, and complexion. And then we also have poise of 25%. That includes posture, bearing, and grace movement. And then moving on to personality, that is 25%. And of course, the overall impact of 10%. And that is a total of 100%. So rest assured that the Board of Judges will be having this. Ito po yung sa Reyna de las Flores natin na criteria for judging. And then, we also have a different criteria for the Filipiniana gown. So mga gown designers, please listen very well. For the Filipiniana gown, the design is 40%. That includes the originality, the execution of design, and the usage of materials. And of course, another 40% is the craftsmanship, silhouette, proportion, flow, and wearability. And overall impact is 20%. And that is a total of 100%. So para at least po malinaw din po sa mga gown designers natin kung ano ang basehan natin when it comes to the Filipiniana gown criteria. And syempre, to complete the criteria for judging, criteria for the arc. For the arc naman po, the design is 40%, and that includes originality, execution of design, and the usage of materials 40%. Craftsmanship is creativity and quality 40%. Overall impact is 20%, and that is a total of 100%. I believe yung mga board of judges natin kanina, they were at the assembly area. Chinek po nila yung mga art natin, and then of course yung mga sagalas natin and everything. I know it's gonna be hard for them because of all the sagalas, you are all beautiful. Your Filipiniana gals are all awesome. So, eto na po. Eto pong araw na ito sa kanila po yung pinakamabigat na trabaho. So, yes. Every time I introduce different board of judges, sa kanila po ang pinakamabigat na trabaho. Lalong-lalo na pag nag-announce na kami ng winner. As we all know, syempre, may kanya-kanya po tayo mga bet na gustong manalo. But I just hope and let's all respect the decision of the board of judges. Rest assured, everything is professional. So let me introduce to you our board of judges. She is the director of the Dance Conservatory of Pampanga, a member and a former board, Association of Ballet Academies of the Philippines, a certified teacher, progressing ballet technique, trained with the Royal Academy of Dance and Australian Conservatoire of Ballet, and also a Pupulning Banwa awardee for dance. Please welcome Ms. Ginea Lenore Encarnacion, or known as Teacher Bubbles. Ayan. Okay. Ayan. Pasanay ako sa Teacher Bubbles, ma'am. Yes. And then, our next judge is actually happily married to Pastor Raymond Renquillo and is a proud mother of two wonderful boys. She currently serves as senior manager at Di Nepomuceno Sons Inc., where she oversees office spaces at the Nepo Center. Please welcome Ms. Maribel Q. Ronquillo. Ayan, of course, JDN. Ano po namin yan dati sa radio station tsaka sa New Media Pampanga. Partner din po namin. And sa mga fun run namin, ayan, they also support. And moving on to the next judge. He is the Provincial Tourism Officer of the Province of Pampanga, a former Municipal Tourism Officer of the Municipality of Mexico, Pampanga, also a festival manager and pageant organizer, and a licensed professional teacher. Please welcome Mr. Michael Castaneda. Ayan, maraming salamat po. And moving on to the next, she is a graduate of Master of Arts in Business Administration with 29 years of experience in government service. Currently, she is working at Clark International Airport Corporation as a compliance officer 4 under the Legal Services Department. In addition to her corporate and government work, she is a part-time assistant professor and a guest lecturer in different universities. She also conducts impact training and seminars on gender and development, sharing her insights on gender equality and women empowerment. Please welcome Ms. Riza G. Lozano. And of course, our next board of judge, ayan po, and she's actually very supportive in all our events. She is currently the senior curator of the Museum of the Philippine Social History in Angeles City, a museum under the National Historical Commission of the Philippines. As an artist and a cultural worker, she focuses on the importance of the preservation of the cultural communities and traditional arts. She is an officer of the Katatagan Inc., a Kapampangan Scholars and Historians organization. She is also a member of the Orthodox of an art organization based in Central Luzon. Please welcome the ever very supportive Ms. Bettina Ariola. Thank you, Madam. Ayan, sila po. Sa kanila po, sana po bigay natin yung respeto mamaya. Especially pag nag-announce po kami ng winners. Hindi po madali ang trabaho nila. Okay. And today, we're very fortunate for the inspirational message and also a very supportive of this event every year. I would like to invite and join me on stage the Regional Director of the Department of Tourism, Region 3, Dr. Richard G. Dinas, for the inspirational message.
Maya pagat panapon po kaya kayongon. Mabuhay! Ay kay Nana po. Mabuhay! Ayan. Kaya katamo pong okasyon ngayon, bala mo kapilan tayo papag-celebran. Ngayon another version niya naman 2025. At ikami po, king Department of Tourism, masaya kami pong susuporta karening makanining programa. Uling ini po ing bibiye kilala king kaya katamong pang Pilipino, ang popong pang Kapampangan. Anya naman po siguro, marakal tamo keni, uling ini po susuporta nening community. So, ako na po ulitan itang pamag-greet karetang kaya katamong dignitaries and our judges. They were formally introduced a while ago. Buri ko mo pong payabot in kaya kaming suporta kaya kayo king makarening bagi. Pauli na po nini, didinan tayo pong ulaga in kaya katamong kultura. Anyapin po siguro mididinan tamong parating blessing ne. Nung man po ako tang keni po king Angeles. Ngening aldo ngay ni may kapag-produce tayo naman pong metong International Beauty Queen. Mag-aral ya po City College. Many batya po as Miss City College. Kay bat na po nita, anya pong may koronahan niya, linaban niya king Miss Alco hanggang may kwaya pong nanong aus kanine, linaban niya pang mas maragol pakitang Miss Pearl of the Orient. Ngeni po, karengang linaban king abroad, kalabana from Europe, Asia, and all other continents, iya po ing menikwa kitang titulong Miss Aura International. Palakpakan tayo po, many batya king Angeles, ing lagyo na po, Christian Pauline Aliere. Siguro po, kaya kayo ikit yun ngayon king Facebook ne. Anyapin po siguro maulaga talaga na pabalaos tamo yung makanining programa. Uling akakitaya po in kaya katamong best representative. Ali mo po kareng pa-contest king kaya katamong bansa. More than that, of course, iya po ing mag-represent kaya katamong bansang Pilipinas, and we are very well known for that. Anyapin po sa sabyenda, tamo mo manyaman, magluto. Mga laguan po ang mga santing lapu kanuring Kapampangan. Manwala kayo po ka rin? Oh, di ba? Eyo po atawaran, kikatamong mga lagong kandidata. Sabi natin pong Councilor Nick Nock nandin, every year, darakal na rin mga lagu kiti Angeles. Anyapin po, pasalamatan tayo in local government, didinano pong avenue, rin kaya katamong kaya nakad, baka nita apapakit da, in karelang talento, in karelang lagu, at the same time, nung naman po itang asaw da. But more than that, maragol kami po kapasalapatan kasi apapakit tamo po nung makananuya magsilbi king community na driver ya king tourism ing gagawan tamo. It's a community-based act no that we do for tourism. Anyapin po ing pamangawata king event ay ni ayama pamagpuge karing mga lagutang dalagita keni. Didinantaya naman pong puge retang ega na ganatamong artist na mag-participate king kaya katamong patimpalak. Palakpakan tala po retang ginawa karetang karelang arko at ilo po ketang gulot. Didinantala naman pong pogi, rin kaya katamong designers, local designers na apapakit da in karelang gelingan king pamangawang malan, lalo na po rin pa-contest sa Reni. Sana po, mikiti-kita mo pa mo rin, ipabalaus tayo in kaya katamong masayang pamagtipon ngeni, ang po kareng nilabasan na banwa, banta, tayo po kakalingwan in kaya katamong pibatan, ini po ing masanting abyeta mo karing susunod pa, karing anak, karing kaya katamo pong apo, at din pong kaya katamong susunod pang henerasyon. Anyapin po, palakpakan tayo po ing Angeles, uling maragulya pong bagay na apapakit ing kaya katamong gelingan, ing kaya katamong sentingan, at saka po ing kaya katamong pamiyabe-yabe bilang community. Ako po magluat, balo ko kalupayo, excited tamo pong akilala, akit, din kaya katamong Reyna, ne, balang baro ko, barangay at nila pong representative. At saka nung ninuman po, kaya katamong maging pinakamalago, ne, ngening aldo ngay ni. Siyempre po, bayo ko kuldas keni, buri kaya pong ipakilala kaya kayo kaya katamong malagong Mutyaning Angeles na maragulya naman pong kapalaran, balo ko, she's preparing for bigger pageants. Keng pang-height na po, Laguna po, siguro tayo talaga, ipaglaban tayo po bilang mutyan, kaya katamo pong balen. Madam, pwede ko pong talakad at saka dinan nyo pong malagong smile, para inspirasyon karela. O ita po at marakala salamat po kaya kayungan. Enjoy the rest of the festivity. Maya pagat panapon po kaya kayungan.
So thank you so much to the Regional Director of the Department of Tourism, Region 3, Dr. Richard Dinos. And of course, alam ko po lahat po kayo excited na makita po yung mga sagala natin one by one. I'm just gonna be moving dito po sa baba para at least mabigay ko po yung entablado para sa ating mga naggagandahang mga sagala. So, anak, dito ako. Ayan, sige, maraming salamat. Very, very nice. Okay, balo ko po, excited na kayo ngan po na akit ding sagala. Tamo, so palakpakan tala po as I call them one by one. Let me just move on. Ayan, ha? Reyna, may excite. Di nang tala pong espasyo ding sagala. Tamo. So I'm gonna be moving on to the first sagala. The first sagala is from Barangay Agapito del Rosario. And the gown designer is Rich Sabinian. The art designer is Kenneth Julian. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Barangay Agapito del Rosario, Sagala Sofia Nicole J. Palo. Wala po bang malakas sa palakpakan? Maraming salamat. And moving on to the next gala is from Barangay Amsik. Gown designer is Ira Clank Kawasaki and the art designer is Albert Marcelo Garcia. Ladies and gentlemen, from Barangay Amsik, we have Sagala Valerie L. Gutay. And moving on to the next regala is from Barangay Anunas. Gown designer is Cano Francisco. Art designer is Elton E.J. Ramos. Please welcome Barangay Anunas sa gala, Misaki S. Takeshi.
DJ Nathan.
Moving on to the next gala is from Barangay Balibago. Gown designer is Rich Sabinian. Art designer is Kainakan Kapat. Gown designer is Rich Sabinian and art designer is Kevin Kayanan. Please welcome sa gala, Eliza Marie M. Kuyugan. Moving on to Barangay Kapaya. Art designer is Kainakan Kapaya and gown designer is Jamer Ferrer Lupi. Please welcome from Barangay Kapaya sa gala, Zarilyn R. Pineda. Once again, presenting to you sa gala, Zarilyn R. Pineda. Moving on to Barangay Claro M. Recto. Gown designer is Barites Kendara David and art designer is Reyna Sanchez. Please welcome from Barangay Claro M. Recto, we have Sagala Kim Christian T. Aison. Moving on to Barangay Kuwayan. Gown designer is Rich Sabinian. Art designer is Rhea Choi Maglalang. Please welcome from Barangay Kuwayan, we have Sagala Angelica L. Alipin. And of course, thank you so much. Moving on to the next gala. From Barangay Kutkut, gown designer is Carl John Miranda. Art designer is CM Flowers and Events. Please welcome from Barangay Kutkut, we have Sagala Cristina Cassandra S. Mendoza. And next in line, please welcome from Barangay Kutud. Gown designer is Carl John Miranda. Art designer is Yoki Dunga and Sonny Masbang. Please welcome Barangay Kutud. We have Sagala Trisha Nicole S. David. Moving on to Barangay Lourdes Northwest. Gown designer is Carl John Miranda. Art designer is Vine Salas. Please welcome from Barangay Lourdes Northwest, we have Sagala Carla Keys S. Canlas. And moving on, of course, we have Barangay Lourdes Sur. Gown designer is Bernard Brian Henson. Art designer is Antonio Borja. Please welcome from Barangay Lourdes Sur, we have Sagala Princess Catherine Q. de Guzman. And next in line, we have from Barangay Lourdes Sur East. We have the gown designer is Aris Garcia Eusebio. Art designer is Verano Conese of VSC Event Styling. Please welcome from Barangay Lourdes is we have Sagala Precious Nicole M. Reyes. Moving on to the next, of course. Next in line is from Barangay Malabanyas. Gown designer is Rich Sabinian. Art designer is Eldrin Pangilinan and Heaven Shane Nepomuceno. Please welcome Barangay Malabanyas sa Gala Shina Joy T. Ledris. And now we move on to the next. From Barangay Margot, gown designer is Jamer Ferrer Louis. Art designer is Shine Herreras and Carla Limio. Please welcome Barangay Margot. We have Sagala Trina Sandrin G. Bakay. Of course, moving on to the next is Barangay Mining. Gown designer is Christopher Egne. Art designer is Patrick Dave Cabanada. Please welcome Barangay Mining. We have Sagala L. Chante T. Mendoza. And moving on is from Barangay Ninoy Aquino. Gown designer is Jamer Ferrer Louis. Art designer is from Magbalawe Marisol Youth Organizer. Please welcome Barangay Ninoy Aquino sa Gala Bailey May D. Walsh. And of course, moving on to Barangay Pampang. Gown designer is Rich Sabinian. Art designer is LGBTQ plus IA family and Pampang. Please welcome Sagayla Zairafe F. Kamaya. And of course, moving on to next is Barangay Pandan. Gown designer is Cholo Ayuyaw. Art designer is Pandan High School. Please welcome from Barangay Pandan, we have Sagala Aliana Francesca H. San Pedro. And moving on to Barangay Pulong Kakutud. Gown designer is Vilma Quito. Art designer is Bam Ruiz. Please welcome from Barangay Pulong Kakutud, Sagala Marilyn P. Lobo. And of course, moving forward to Barangay Pulong Maragul, gown designer is Christopher Agne, art designer is Robert Ancheta and Angemor Abana. Please welcome Sagala Mary Elizabeth D. De La Rosa. And of course, moving forward to Barangay Salapungan, gown designer is Richard Strands. Art designer is Verano Coneso of VSC Event Styling. Please welcome Sa gala, Kim Dorcas M. Salunga. And moving on to the next is from Barangay San Jose. Gown designer is Carl John Miranda. Art designer is Joy de Gopes. Please welcome sa gala Crystal E. Francisco. And moving forward to Barangay Sapa, Libutad. Gown designer is Carl John Miranda. Art designer is Bernard de Lucing. Of course, we have Sagala Francine Luis Opa Bustan. And moving on to Barangay Sapang Bato, gown designer is Jamer Ferrer Louis, and art designer is Iwamoto. Please welcome sa gala Camille I. Dayrit. Next in line, of course, we have Barangay Santa Teresita. Gown designer is Ira Kawasaki. Art designer is Kagawad Angel Janeco and Danilo Poiti Peras. Please welcome Sagala Minerva Ogivera. And next in line is from Barangay Santa Trinidad. Gown designer and art designer is Rocky Alfaro. Please welcome Barangay Santa Trinidad, Sagala Angela G. Minor. And moving on to the next is from Barangay Santo Cristo. Gown designer is Richard Strands. Art designer is Boyet Rico. Please welcome Sagala Ana Francesca F. Dakis. Moving on to next is Barangay Santo Cristo. Okay, so we have Barangay Santo Domingo. Gown designer is Khalid Ra. Art designer is John Magat. Please welcome Barangay Santo Domingo. We have Sagala Winslet Kate D. Chan. And of course, next in line we have from Barangay Santo Rosario. Gown designer is Richard Strands. Art designer is Richard Strands. Please welcome Sagala Athena Kate D. Antonio. And next in line, of course, we have from Barangay Tabon. Gown designer is Fidel Clayton, and the art designer is Nicole Di Magiba. Please welcome sa gala, Tony Red P. Pontillas. And moving on to Barangay Virgen de los Remedios. Gown designer is Richard Strands. Art designer is Jerson Tanglao. Please welcome sa gala, Ashley Dayan T. Nam. And of course, the Mutianing Angeles 2024 gown designer is Frederick Policarpio. Art designer is Joni Pangilinan. Please welcome sa gala, Allison A. Hetland. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our beautiful sagalas of different participating barangays. Palakpakan naman po natin sila. Ayan. So I'm pretty sure that the dear board of judges are really having a hard time. Ang gagaling po ng mga Angeleños, the gown designers, the art designers, you all are amazing. Okay. And at this point, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome on stage for an intermission number. Palakpakan po natin CCA Sayaw Angeleño Dance Troupe. Wala po bang malakas sa palakpakan? Maraming salamat. So thank you so much. The CCA Sayaw Angeleno Dance Group. Palakpakan naman po. Okay. So I'm just gonna be staying here kasi it's gonna be the most awaited part. We will be having the announcement and awarding of winners. And thank you to the Board of Judges. And I know it's a tough job being a judge. So ladies and gentlemen, alam ko excited na lahat kayo. Nasa akin na po ang resulta ng ating mga nanalo ngayon. Of course, we have the special awards. We also have the Best in Art category and definitely our Reyna Delos Flores. Okay, the first special award, I would like to invite to join me on stage the Regional Director of the Department of Tourism Region 3, Dr. Richard Dinos. Please join me together with Councilor Niknok Baniola. Konski. Councilor Niknok. Okay. So let me move on. I would like to invite on stage Consi. Ayun po si Consi na traffic po. Bigyan po natin ng espaso si Consi para makadaan po siya. Dakal pong salamat. Please join us, Consi. Okay. For the best Filipiniana gown to get 20,000 in cash. Okay, congratulations to Barangay. Sino po kaya best in gown? Please welcome Barangay Pampang. So let me call on from Barangay Pampang. We have Sagala Zaire F. Kamaya. And of course, the gown designer is Rich Sabinian. Congratulations to Barangay Pampang. Palakpakan naman po natin. Andito po ba si Cap? Please do stay, Councilor Niknok and Sir Richard. For the next award is the Early Bird Award for the ARC. Early Bird Award for the ARC. As early as 5:28 a.m. andun na po sila and they're really preparing. So ladies and gentlemen, ang ang award natin for the Early Bird for ARC will get 50,000. Barangay Margot! Barangay Margot. So thank you so much, Sir Richard. And of course, thank you so much, Councilor Nikno. Maraming salamat po. Thank you. And next to award for the early bird of Reyna and Mayor's Pogi Choice Award, I would like to invite on stage to join me the Honorable Danilo Naku, the President of Liga ng mga Barangay, the Barangay Captain of Santa Trinidad, and of course, the President of SK Federation, the Honorable Richard Gaza, to help me award. To the early bird for the Reyna, will be receiving 15,000 in cash. Congratulations, Barangay Amsik, Valerie Gutay. Please do stay, the Honorable Naku, and of course, the Honorable Richard Gaza. Next award is actually the Mayor's Pogi Choice Award. Mayor's Pogi Choice Award will be receiving 15,000 in cash. Sino po kaya? Okay. Mayor's Pogi Choice Award goes to Barangay Pampang! Congratulations, Barangay Pampang! Ayan po, congratulations, Cap. And of course, moving on to the next, we have now the art category. So, ngayon pa naman po, Dr. Richard, from beginning now until mamaya kasama na kita sa entablado. Pasensya na po. And of course, Councilor Nick Nock will be joining as well. And I would like to invite on stage Ma'am Jinea and Encarnacion, Teacher Bubbles, to join. So we will be awarding for the art category the second runner-up. Inform ko lamang po for the art category, of course, hindi po uuwing luhaan ang mga gumawa ng art kasi meron tayong consolation prize that you will be getting 10,000. Then later on, i-announce ko po where to get the 10,000. Ayan, so lahat po tayo, uuwi tayong masaya. Second runner-up will be receiving 25,000. Second runner-up for the art category goes to Barangay Balibago! Kaponse, please join us po And of course, art designer is Kevin Kayanan. Congratulations po. Congratulations. Thank you po, Teacher Bubbles. And to join in awarding for the first runner-up, I would like to invite Ma'am Maribel Ronquillo, one of our judges. And of course, to join for the first runner-up announcement, the Honorable Richard Gaza, our President for the SK Federation, join on stage. And of course, Dr. Richard and Councilor Nick Knox states, the first runner-up will be receiving 50,000 in cash for the Best Art category. Sino kaya ang ating Best Art category that will be receiving 50,000 in cash? And I'm gonna be always proud of you. Barangay Pampang! Ayan, Cap de la Cruz, as always, from different events. Okay, next in line for the Best Art, I would like to invite to join po our President for the Liga ng mga Barangay, the Honorable Danilo Naku. And of course, to join one of our Board of Judges, let me call on Ms. Riza Lozano. The Best Art for 100,000 ito ha. Diyos ko, nakakakaba. Nino kaya? Sino kaya? Pre-K kahi, ikap na ako. Tingin sariling kahi. Congratulations, our grand winner is Barangay Anunas! Congratulations, Barangay Anunas. Congratulations. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, ayan. Nakakakaba. As always, it's really been exciting. Ayan. Ay, ko pa kapal yung bundok kay Kim Soo. Makiramdam ko pong mayap kaya. Imbri ko kaya kakaze. Lagi kang, mag-vlog ka pa. Congratulations as always. Ay, nasama po si baby, ah. Okay, thank you, thank you. Ayan. So, salamat po sa ating mga counselors and board of judges. And at this point, Doc Richard states to thank you to the counselors to help us in awarding for the Reyna de las Flores. Hinihintay ko lamang po yung sa Reyna de las Flores natin. Pero I would like to invite on stage to join me to award maya-maya po for the second runner-up. Siyempre, ang ating mutya ng Angeles 2024, Allison Hetland. Please join me. And of course, one of our board of judges to join me as well, Ma'am Bettina Ariola. Actually, kinakabahan kami kasi siyempre, talagang dahil talagang ang gaganda nila. The board of judges really had a hard time in, really to whom we should really award this year's Reyna de las Flores 2025. And of course, if you want to see the replay of his later on, you can actually visit the Facebook page of City Information of Angeles City. Ayan. Oo, kinakabahan po kami. Sino po kaya? Siyempre may kanya-kanyang bet tayo, no? From the second runner-up to the first runner-up and to the grand winner. And also sa mga Reynas po natin, yung mga sagala natin, don't you worry. Meron po kayong consolation prize. It's 10,000 in cash. Ayun. So mamaya po i-announce ko kung saan makukuha yung consolation. Pero kalma lang po tayo, ha? Oo. Don't worry, bibigyan na po rin consolation tamo. And yung ating second runner-up will be receiving 25,000 in cash. And then first runner-up will be receiving 50,000 in cash. And grand winner will be getting the Reyna de las Flores 2025 award and will be having 100,000 in cash. Do we have it? Diyos ko, pakaluganda ko po. So standby muna tayo. Oo, kasi alam nyo, ito po ang when the competition is tedious, pasensya na po kayo. So magkukwentuhan muna po tayo, ha? Ayan, konting-konti na lamang. And of course, palakpakan tala po ding comedies, ding ganaganang staff na magpakapagal po para Reyna de las Flores. Malakas mong palakpakan sa kanila, para sa kanila, I mean. At syempre, hindi lamang po yan. Umpisa pa lamang po ng mga masasayang mga events at pangyayari po sa siyudad ng Angeles City. Abangan niyo po yan kasi magsusunod-sunod na po yung ating mga proyekto, yung ating mga pampasaya para po sa ating mga kababayan dito sa Angeles City. At palakpakan talangan po rin kaya katamong sagala, palakpakan tala po rin kaya katamang mga lagu. Alipo, biro-biro, itang makagaon la. Mag-assembly la pong alas 2 na mapali, tapos maka-makeup la at maka-heels la pong matas. Ali po biro-biro tutuman ing pali, and then maglakad la pa po. I really wanna say kudos to all these beautiful young ladies together with their makeup artists, gown designers, at karing na pong committees. Even the guests, the judges po. Ayan, nag-aano lang po kami, ha? Kino-confirm lang namin. Oo. Pangalaguda po rin kang babo, tsaka kasanteng. Sorry, na-expose po kayo ng todo. Ayan po. Eto na ba, Sir Rommel? Ayan. Kinakabahan lahat sila kung sino po ba. Ayan. Makahirap po mapamopo ka ng kembayutak mong Pope. At siya pa rin ang poster na ka rin, ang picture na ka rin. Ayan, sige. Okay, eto na! Dun, 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 dun. So, for the second runner-up, we'll be getting 25,000. Hey. Second runner-up goes to Barangay Anunas! Of course, we have Misaki Estakeshi. Gown designer is Cano Francisco, and art designer is Elton EJ Ramos. Our second runner-up for the Reyna de las Flores, our beautiful Sagala. Congratulations. Then after this one, we'll also be requesting of a quick photo op na yung sa gala lamang po ang kasama natin. But of course, the supporters, we appreciate you. Pa-stay po sa stage yung beautiful sa gala natin. Thank you. And of course, okay. So, for the second runner-up, okay. I'm sorry, for the first runner-up, to receive 50,000 in cash, first runner-up goes to Barangay Pampang! Young designer Rich Abinyan, art designer, the LGBTQIA family, Sagala Syrafit F. Kamaya. And of course, for the awarding of the grand winner, I would like to invite, of course, our Board of Chairman for the judges, Mr. Michael Castañeda. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. And of course, at this point, I would like to thank Councilor Nickno. So I would like to join me, Sir Michael Castañeda. Maraming salamat po, Consi. For the grand winner of the Reyna Delos Flores 2025, Diyos ko, kinakabahan ako. Sino kaya ang grand winner natin this year? Sinong bet nyo? Sinong barangay? What about dito sa side na to? Sinong barangay? Diyos ko, hanggang sobra po pali dalag yung magsalita. Well, congratulations, our grand winner for the Reyna Delos Flores 2025 goes to Barangay! Hoy, lamangis nawa. Ating pamipanulak. Kalma, kuya, kalma. Barangay Balibago! Congratulations sa Gala, Eliza Marie M. Cuyugan! Young designer Rich Abinyan, art designer Kevin Kayanan. Congratulations po ay kalma po, kalma. Ang buong barangay po ay... And then after po ng buong supporters natin, we give chance para makasama po ang ating sagala. Kalma, kalma. And of course, palakpakan naman po natin. Oo, ayan po. Kaburi ko naman kaya kayo. Ikapat siya, Kenny. Kaya makalibutan kayo, ne. Ayan, sige. Oo, pwede po bang iwanan muna natin? Yung mga candidates muna po. Okay? So, iwan muna po natin yung mga sagalas natin. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you our wonderful Reyna Delos Flores 2025 winners. And thank you to, of course, Allison Hetland. As always, pretty, my darling. Good luck to your next journey. Sir Richard, maraming salamat po. Sir Michael Castañeda, maraming salamat din po. To all the Board of Judges, thank you so much. So again, ladies and gentlemen, dakalpong salamat kareng supporters and everyone. And this has been your host for tonight. My name is DJ Tina Moran. And this is Reyna Delos Flores 2025. Okay. Saglit lang po. Yung sa consolation na 10,000 pesos po, tulad ng sinabi ko, you will all get, pero sana po pumilat namong maayos. Luklok la po ring organizers, tamo karata pong lugar na rin Board of Judges.